third loss.
Few people make their way for the doors, but this game isn't over yet. A lot can happen in 1:07, especially in the game of hockey. Face-off in the Dartmouth zone to the right of Dominic Piché, who's had a pretty solid game in net tonight. 32-29, the shots in favor of East Hants. And Surrett takes over on that draw, and McIntosh wants Oliver behind the play. Oliver gets the sign for the bench, and these two big boys are going to go at it. This is what a lot of people have been waiting for. McIntosh and Oliver behind the play. This is McIntosh's first tussle of the year, and Oliver looked to the bench to see if he was going to get the sign.
Oliver got the okay from Steinberg, I guess, to go ahead and get it over with.
So here they lock horns as McIntosh loses the helmet right away, trying to strip Oliver of his helmet. Gets the dome off him, and they're pretty close, and there's Oliver getting a good one.
Oh, Oliver says, take this, baby. 10 lefts in a row, and now McIntosh trying to respond. He's not doing very well down there. These fans are just exploding with excitement as we've got a good fight here. Kind of one-sided. Oliver is just pounding Brian McIntosh. Give McIntosh credit, though, for staying up and standing up in this fight as Oliver gets a unanimous decision. And look at him, lucky number 6.
And that's as good a scrap as you're going to see. I'd have to score in favor of Oliver there. McIntosh wanted him for this entire third period. He eventually got him. McIntosh got his licks in, but give the decision to Oliver on that one. But a good effort by Brian McIntosh as he showed this crowd what he was made of in his first scrap since coming back from Manitoba.
It's good to see Brian McIntosh back in the fold too, but Oliver just walloped him with, I mean, like 10 lefts right to the head. Unanimous decision. Lucky number 6, David Oliver for East Hants.
You see Oliver, he waited, he wanted to get the sign from the coach before he went, and he looked over and Steinberg said, hey buddy, time to rock and roll, and away they went.
You talk about total control by this, oh, here we go again. We're gonna have another look at it as these two bulls line up, and here we go. You wanna count them with me if you can.
Oliver giving, or pardon me, McIntosh
gonna wrestle first.
Quite a bit of a reach there, but I didn't think they were going to go too good here when they were locked up early, but they got free and the arms were flying.
Here we're going to count the shots. No, I guess we're not. I counted about, I would have scored that round about 10-3 for Oliver. He counted out a unanimous decision over McIntosh. But hey, we've got 58 seconds left to go.
58 seconds to go, and just 9 seconds ago, when it was 1:07, some people were leaving, and I said, hey, you don't want to leave yet, and I guess those people who left missed something, but pretty good scrap. I'd have to say the best one we've seen so far here at the Sportsplex this year.
Yeah, and if you want to talk about complete control of your team, East Hants is a perfect example as David Oliver from way across the ice there at the top of the hash marks in the Dartmouth end zone looked over to the bench waiting for permission. Once he got it, that was it. The fight was on.
So the face-off will take place at center ice as some fans and some East Hants players have words, and the cops are over to calm the fans down, I guess.
You gotta like this. This is good hockey. Come on down here and join us anytime. Fights are part of the game. It doesn't matter what anybody says. Fighting is a part of the game.
So the cops are apparently not impressed with fans that actually get involved with the game. I don't like that. Here we go.
Again.
Look out.
Oh, baby.
Fights all over the ice. We got two going at once, and look at center ice as Murray just put the gloves to his man. Oh my, oh potato, and look down low, Stuart. Here we go, here's a dandy, no rest near these guys.
East Hants winning all over the place here tonight on the scoreboard, on
Holy
the ice.
smokes, and look at this one, Stuart, right here. As Tom Sullivan is just putting the gear to his man, and why doesn't the ref step in? He's sitting right there. Jim Bottomley is wild on the Dartmouth bench, wild. Tom Sullivan with 106
with a
penalty minutes on the year, and that's what for is. I think that's Matt McGilvery maybe put the gears to. I'm not quite sure, as they just went right off the face-off. Two fights at once. And here's the cop getting into it now with the fan in the stands. We got all kinds of action here at the Sportsplex. and there's still 56 seconds to go.
And the officer on the scene tonight also is a referee in this league, and he'll be refereeing, I think, the next 3 games here at the Sportsplex. Next week against Moncton. Game time here is at 7:30, and if you're just tuning in, man, where have you been? We've had some great action here in the last minute of the 3rd period.
And just to put my 2 cents in, I think that the police officer shouldn't really be getting on the fans' nerves. They're just getting into the game. If they were threatening the players, maybe, but I'm not sure from over here, but I'm sure he's doing a good job.
I agree with you there wholeheartedly, 100%. While we've got a chance here, we're going to take a chance and thank many of the talented people you don't see in behind the scenes here. Our director, Dan McDonald, who's doing a great job down there, and Ivor Nielsen, our replay guy, and Mark Bray, who does our special graphics for everybody to see at home. He brings you all our standings and all that other great stuff, and the many talented cameramen and camera women you don't see who bring this stuff into your home. And we'd also like to thank you, too, for inviting us into your home.
And this may take a while to sort out. I couldn't believe how fast that happened. I was looking down to check a couple stats, and as soon as I looked up, 2 fights at once. Holy smokes. And those guys who got in the 2nd fight, they could face probably a game or 2 suspension.
They might. As you stated earlier, Al Hollingsworth is in the building, and I'm sure his presence is going to be known and felt later, as he's going to have a few things to say and some punishment to dish out for sure.
I believe it's just a rule anyway. Once you start the 2nd fight after 1 goes, at the same time, I believe you get a game for that.
Well, we're going to have to wait and see what the call is going to be on that now. So there's a mini conference going on down at the Dartmouth bench, and Trevor Steinberg and company. Well, what a team here tonight. They're going to take over sole possession of 1st place because Andy Ganesh is not playing tonight at all. But Trevor Steinberg, he's got these boys going. They've won the game here tonight. They've won the fights here tonight. And I don't know, total team effort. I don't know what else you could ask for.
And Jim Bottomley was just livid at the referees while those fights were going on. And I'm sure he's going to send the heavyweights back out on the ice. Not sure who that 2nd player in the fight was for Dartmouth. Couldn't get the number on the sweater. It wasn't Matt McGilvery, as he's down there on the ice now, but I'm sure the heavyweights are headed back on the ice for Dartmouth.
Well, Dartmouth, I don't know if they have too many heavyweights left in there. I know we know Mark Carr's not playing tonight. He would have been a physical presence out there for sure.
You get Kelly out there. He knows what he's doing.
Cormier, he's an in-your-face kind of player. I'm sure he's not afraid to tango.
Bottomley and the referee still having words.
So Dartmouth,
3 defensemen out on the ice right now for Dartmouth. Brown, McGilvery, and Gwynn. There come your forwards. Each one of them is Lenny Blanchard heads out onto the ice. There comes Todd Sparks also. So Brown and McGilvery will get a chance up front. So 56 seconds left. I'm not going to promise you it'll just take 56 seconds. It looked like McGilvery wanted to go there. And he is. There goes McGilvery. Oh my! McGilvery and Turtle Ward.
Dartmouth now playing for just some pride as we get a chance to look at the Turtle Wes Ward for East Hants.
McGilvery with a pretty good shot there, rocked the Turtle. Turtle's going to have to put the shell over.
Shirt up over his head. Can't see too much when you got that happening. So we'll give this decision to Matt McGilvery over Wes Ward, the Turtle man. And Dartmouth at least winning something here tonight. 1 fight anyway.
And like I said, I make no promises. And McGilvery's a happy camper as he heads off. But Dartmouth obviously not concerned with the 2-goal deficit right here, as they're not playing for the tie, that's for sure. And there's the Turtle. As he heads off.
Coming off, and
much to the dismay of the
now
entire
Dartmouth
the whole
Dartmouth action. Oh, what a great game this is.
And if this is what you dig, I guess this would be your kind of game. And Stuart Petry's a pretty happy man up here.
Well, I just love fighting. I mean, I live for fighting in the hockey league. I mean, what's hockey without fighting, really?
Well, I like to see a good scrap once in a while, but I don't like the premeditated kind of ones we're seeing tonight.
Well, we've had them now for every 4 seconds. The last 8 seconds or so, we've had them.
I saw McGilvery and Ward having words when the puck was dropped, but I thought there's the replay of it. McGilvery, I'll give him the decision, as He's one of the newest members of the Olin Exports, the former Pictou County AAA midget.
McGilvery picked up from Amherst 2 weeks ago by Dartmouth in a trade, a very quiet trade.
And
made
now
his
there's
debut here last week with Dartmouth, or Sunday past rather, when Dartmouth faced Charlottetown. Although he didn't figure in on any scoring, his presence was well known out there. As we have a look down there at the East Hants bench from where I'm sitting up here in the Gauntlet at the Sportsplex.
And now there's 50 seconds left. And there it goes. Oh my, Fournier.
There you go. You might as well stand up, partner.
Fournier and Joe Pino now. This is unreal.
Oh, look at Fournier. I didn't know his fists were that fast. Here's the call. We're going toe to toe. Fournier get him down for a 1-2-3 count. And that's the second fight won by Dartmouth. And I don't know why this referee hasn't
called the game.
Given these guys a warning.
You'd
or
think
maybe
he'd call,
even, call this game.
Call the
just
game
end
off.
it and get everybody out of here.
And I think, and he is. It looks like he's called the game. I think I saw him say it's over.
It has been getting out of hand, and I think this game is ended officially.
And that's it.
As the referee is gonna finish this game. We've got 45 seconds left up on the board, but I don't think that matters to anybody. As we've had a fight, like I said, every 4 seconds here. Once play resumes, and things just totally getting out of control here now. But I do believe the game is over. So make the final: East Hants 5, Dartmouth 3. Dartmouth, awful night defensively here as they gave up 3 goals here in the third period. East Hants coming back, finally getting back into the win column. And
Dartmouth refusing to leave the ice, but East Hants is making their way to their dressing room, and it looks like this ref has called the game, and I'm sure that's going to make Bottomley even angrier. As I don't think he can get any more heated behind the Dartmouth bench, but it looks like the ref has called this game. Couple East Hants players still sitting out on the ice, but it looks like that's it, as the ref has called this game. Bottomley with arms in the air, and there your first.
Oh, now that's a really bonehead thing to do, start throwing things down on the ice. That guy should be thrown from the building and never allowed back in here again. You could fatally injure somebody that way. Dartmouth now appealing to the referees to bring those players back out on the ice. However, to no avail. The final score here is going to be East Hants 5 and Dartmouth 3. Dartmouth losing their third game here at home to these very hungry East Hants Molson Penguins here in the third period. But as we stated earlier, Jim Bottomley is playing this game under protest due to the officiating, I'm sure, at this point in time. But the game is over. Final shots on goal: Dartmouth 32, East Hants 29. The final score 5-3 for East Hants. We had a lot of fights here in the last minute of the third period.
In
every
the last
4
17 seconds, I think. But I don't know, Al Hollingsworth could have some fun with this game. I'm sure something may come out of this. It's just an awful end of this game. Dartmouth down by 2 goals, but with 1:07 left, McIntosh and Oliver went at it, and that just started a fury of fights. And
every whistle from thereafter, that was it. We had more fighting. So the referee, his only wise decision tonight, from my point of view anyway, ending this game with 45 seconds to go before it got really out of hand.
Yeah, he had to call the game. He had no choice. It was just a fisticuffs there for the. It was going to be fisticuffs for the next 45 seconds. So that's it. With 45 seconds left to go in this game, it's called by the referee. Your final score: East Hants 5, Dartmouth 3. Make sure you make it down to the Sportsplex next Tuesday night for Dartmouth Junior A Olin Exports Hockey. For Stuart Petrie and the entire crew, I'm Ken Reed. Good night.
Good night, everybody.